said there's always danger with Topuria. He's so dangerous. When he hits you, it's different than anybody, especially with his hands. His boxing is so high level. He's an animal, dude. He's a real problem because he's intelligent, he's dedicated, he's driven, he's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys have, where they know they're the best even before they're the best.
The beef between Paddy the Baddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria is something that goes back a few years and adds further fuel to the ongoing controversy raised by Joe Rogan. Earlier in their feud, Ilia Topuria once had a heated confrontation with UFC lightweight Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a hotel lobby. This incident nearly escalated into a physical altercation before others intervened to defuse the tension. Later, shedding light on the cause of the confrontation, Ilia revealed that the confrontation stemmed from a tweet Pimblett posted years ago regarding the Russia-Georgia war. Topuria, who lived through the conflict, expressed deep offense at the remark, stating it struck a personal nerve.
He just behaved like a idiot, you know. He started to talk about the war we had against Russia, and that he said something. Now I understand why the Russians put the bombs in Georgia. And many kids died in that war. Many people died in that war. You know, not a lot of good things happen in the war. So when you start to joke about that kind of things, just make sure that we don't find each other anywhere, because I'm gonna take your head off.
Tell us your side of the story. Why did that happen yesterday at the hotel?
So it didn't happen because he told me something yesterday. It comes from a long time ago, once in Twitter, and he posted like, now I understand why Russia destroyed Georgia, because you are dumps. And it makes my blood boil, you know. When I saw, I was like surprised. I didn't believe when I saw that tweet, because in 2008 I was living in Georgia when that war happened, and it was a very difficult time for me, for my family, for all my friends, for my country. You know, a lot of innocent people, kids were dying in that war, and see how someone is joking about that, it makes my blood boil. Momentáneo. In the moment, he has a lot of hype, this and that, but the quality of the fighter he is, man, come on, please. Don't even compare me to that boom, because we are on different levels and everyone can see that. See it now.
Revisiting the issue more recently, he said that Paddy had never experienced anything like war, so he shouldn't be joking about it. In response to these renewed comments, however, Paddy Pimblett denied Ilia Topuria's claims, stating that the entire narrative was based on false rumors. He insisted he had never referenced the Russia-Georgia war and expressed surprise at the allegation, claiming he wasn't even aware such a conflict had occurred.
The worst one's the one Ilia made up though, saying I was talking about a war, and it wasn't. You know what I mean?
That you were what?
Talking about a war, and I didn't even know Georgia and Russia had been to war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the worst lie I've ever heard in my life. In our country, saying terrorise means like you've just been bullied. You know what I mean? And for some reason he tries to say I was talking about a genocide, which is the biggest lie ever.
Since the hotel confrontation, and despite the denial, tensions between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett have continued to simmer, with both fighters regularly taking jabs at one another whenever the opportunity arises. Building on this ongoing hostility, the feud had shown no signs of cooling off, as each man appears eager to get under the other's skin at every turn.
Who said that? I couldn't hear you.
What did you say? I didn't say nothing. What did you say, Jared? That was some space cadet behind you.
I couldn't hear
some chorizo,
Sorry.
a Spanish sausage.
He's so different.
Your boy over there.
When you see me coming, he go to the back doors.
He's obsessed with me, lad. It's heavy.
Shut the f
He hasn't stopped tweeting about me all week, lad. He needs to sort his life out.
Get him out, please, loudly, shut up, man.
Even while fighting in separate weight classes, the fiery exchanges between Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria made it clear that their rivalry ran deeper than just competition. The bad blood between them wasn't just for show, it was personal, with each encounter adding more heat to a feud that refuses to die down.
I haven't seen him, lad. I haven't seen him all week. The UFC have kept us apart.
When he see me coming,
because you know, when I saw him last time, he got an hand sanitizer bottle bounced off his foot.
I don't understand you anything. Back in the flouty mouthy, like what?
Hand sanitizer, boy!
You.
Hey!
Yeah. You wanna
I
talk
wouldn't
to
even
me
know
like a
you
man
by
to
your
man?
name, lad. You're known as hand sanitizer, boy. You little mongrel.
De corazón. Hey.
English, yeah.
Hey.
Speak English.
You wanna talk to me like the man to man? You said something about me. I went to your country. I slap your face. I get at the waist and grin. I walk like a king in your street.
Are you talking English?
And what you did? What you
Is
did?
that
man?
English?
Yeah, of course I
Speak
do.
English for the people, lad.
Shut up.
Not German or Spanish like you're from.
I'm talking.
Mongrel.
Acknowledging the nature of the rivalry, Ilia Topuria recently admitted that while trash talk is a part of the sport, certain lines shouldn't be crossed.
Comfortable.
Got it.
With the day, with the place, with the opponent, with everything.
Got it.
They figure out with you, and you go after that. But at least what they do always with the champions is that they give you at least 12 weeks of preparation.
If you're a champion, they give you that 12-week respect.
Ahead of Paddy Pimblett's recent bout, Ilia Topuria remarked that a win over Michael Chandler was essential for Pimblett to set the stage for a future confrontation in the octagon with him.
Who is the ranking right now in 155?
The number one is Charles Oliveira, and the champion is Islam. I don't know who is the number two.
Can you look at that, Rob? I'm curious now because Charles is Arman is number two.
Arman, number two.
So would you fight an Arman before you go? Like, let's just say Dana says, I want you to fight Arman before you fight Islam. Would you entertain that?
He wouldn't tell me that.
He wouldn't tell you that?
No.
Adding his perspective on the potential clash, Sean O'Malley weighed in on the potential matchup, suggesting that Paddy Pimblett is simply too big and tall for Ilia Topuria.
I mean, just the levels are they're just so different, and the UFC knows that. They're not stupid.
I feel like Paddy literally is way bigger than Ilia. I'm not saying he'd win or lose. I'm just saying it's crazy to think they're only one weight class difference, but he's way bigger.
Yeah, but if you saw Paddy on weight, close to weight, you'd be like, oh, he's not that huge.
I think you would be like, holy shit, these guys look way different. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
Paddy's
the height?
a big guy. Yeah, height, just everything. Like me and Schmitty stand next to each other. Way bigger than them.
Paddy's composed. Nice outside leg kick. Paddy looks big, bro.
Paddy looks really nice.
He does. He looks sharp.
In addition to Paddy's acknowledgement as industry icons weigh in, Joe Rogan had high praise for Ilia Topuria, highlighting his striking and boxing as top tier. Rogan described Ilia as a dangerous fighter with serious skills that make him a threat to anyone in the division.
It said there's always danger with Topuria. He's so dangerous. When he hits you, it's different than anybody, especially with his hands. His boxing is so high level. You're forced in these exchanges. Ilia has superior technique. His punches come straight down the pipe. His hooks are perfect. His distance management is perfect. He's super aggressive. And the consequences of getting hit by him are so great.
Shifting his focus to the other side of the rivalry, Rogan also spoke highly of Paddy Pimblett, calling him an animal in the cage. He praised Paddy's intelligence, drive, and mentality, adding that Paddy already carries himself with the confidence of a champion.
He's an animal, dude. He's a real problem because he's intelligent, he's dedicated, he's driven, he's got that kind of confidence that those championship guys have, where they know they're the best even before they're the best. He knew he was the best even before. And he's literally fighting the best guy ever in that division. And he's telling everybody, I'm going to f this dude up inside of 2 rounds.
Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett has shared his perspective on what defines success in MMA, asserting that championship gold isn't a prerequisite for stardom. In his view, a fighter can become a major draw through personality, fan connection, and entertainment value alone.
It's one of them, the best in the world are going to have the belt. That's just the way it is, especially with the UFC. It's not like boxing, where you'd have like 5 different belts.
This is not boxing, but this is MMA, man.
I don't think you need to have a belt to be a star. Look at me, I'm only ranked 12. I've got like 3.5 million followers. And even Ilia now, he's a star, but he hasn't got a belt. Kamzat, everybody loves Kamzat. Kamzat hasn't got a belt.
As for Ilia Topuria, his back and forth with Paddy Pimblett has been all over the place over the years. One moment he seems fired up to fight him, the next he's not so sure. It's been a bit of an on-again and off-again situation.
He's not even ranked. Why I have to fight him? What he got? Like Instagram followers, YouTube followers, a lot of people who are like more popular than him. I don't care about that kid.
Why I have to fight him? I didn't have any interest in fighting him. I always see him coming. It's like I want to slap his face.
To be honest, I forgot about him. I forgot all about him, or I would have mentioned him in the cage. You know what I mean? I don't call him hand sanitizer boy anymore. He's now El Chorizo. But as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how relevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight, so you know I'd love to welcome him to 155. But apparently he's out and waiting for the title shot. But you know, that what I've just done to Chandler's after blueprint to beating him. He's even more of a midget than Chandler is. Like, I'll do the exact same thing to Ilia than what I've done to Chandler.
Adding to the growing anticipation for a potential showdown, Henry Cejudo chimed in on the ongoing tension between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett, saying he'd love to see the two finally settle things in the cage. According to Henry Cejudo, all the back and forth has built up enough hype to make that matchup a must-watch.
He mentioned Dustin, he mentioned Gaethje, he mentioned Arman, but the fight that would really make sense. Can I get a drum roll? Ilia Topuria. These guys had beef back in the day. The storyline is there, bro. They're both stars in the UFC. If I'm the UFC, I'm booking Justin Gaethje versus Islam, and then I think you do Ilia Topuria on that fight. Whoever comes out of top gets the next title shot.
Sharing the same sentiments, Kamaru Usman states that it would certainly live up to the hype and decide the real contender.
You're absolutely right, Henry. If the UFC just like, hey, you know what, let's make the biggest fight we can in that division, because Paddy the Baddy is up there as far as fame right now in that division. I like it, Henry.
So you prefer the Ilia fight?
I like the Ilia fight because if Justin Gaethje is fighting for the title, Dustin wants a retirement fight, Arman and Charles Oliveira are going to do that again. Hey, you hit the nail on the head. Guess what? Winner is ultra popular now and ready to challenge for that title.
Despite the ongoing rivalry, Paddy Pimblett admitted that while he doesn't like Ilia Topuria on a personal level, he won't deny his skills inside the cage. Despite their rivalry, Paddy acknowledged Topuria's talent and made it clear he's not taking anything away from his abilities.
We always knew he was a good fighter, know what I mean? Like, that's sort of what pisses me off about him. Even though I hate him and I think he's a bellend, like, I wouldn't lie and say he's a fighter, because he's not, but that's what he says about me.
Building on the praise for Paddy Pimblett, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson expressed strong support for the rising star, noting his ability to avoid damage against some notably dangerous opponents.
Like Colby Covington said, I don't care about that. I'm impressed about how he's able to go out there and navigate the fight and not take any damage against a pretty dangerous opponent. I bet you if you had Michael Chandler fight Colby Covington, I'm sure Michael Chandler is going to beat the guy to Colby Covington. You know, he's going to land a lot more shots on Colby Covington than he did on Paddy Pimblett. That's what I feel like. That's how I believe. But I don't know why people hate on Paddy. Paddy's very young. I mean, right here, you look at the stats, 30 years old to 38, 22-3, 23-9. This is where different.
Echoing his earlier sentiments, Demetrius Johnson shared his thoughts on Paddy Pimblett, saying that every time he watches him fight, he sees a fighter who's constantly improving.
I think one day he will be champion. I truly believe that, guys. Like, all the times I've seen Paddy Pimblett fight, I see somebody who's constantly getting better. He kind of reminds me of Valentina Shevchenko, where Valentina Shevchenko showed up on the scene and she was a great kickboxer. Then next thing you know, she's taking girls down. Next thing you know, she's starting to submit people. Like, she's constantly getting better. Where Paddy Pimblett, you watch him fight, he's not the prettiest on the feet, but it's very effective.
However, in contrast to Topuria's rise, Paddy Pimblett believes Ilia Topuria made a mistake by moving up in weight. According to Paddy, Ilia should have stayed in the featherweight division.
I want that fight. That's another one just to prove everyone wrong. You know what I mean? He's a midget, lad. He's not a lightweight. He shouldn't be fighting at lightweight. He should have stuck at featherweight. And it's gonna be the downfall of his career. No, I'd just fight him anyway. I don't care. It doesn't have to be a title fight. I just want to fight him.
On the other hand, Javier Mendez, the coach of Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev, showed confidence in Paddy's ability. He believes Paddy is worthy of a title shot.
Do you think Paddy deserves a title shot, or he's not ready to face somebody like Islam?
Paddy's ready to face anybody. His credentials, his winning record in the UFC, and his hype, he could, if they give him the next title shot, he deserves it. Is he worthy? Yes.
Very legit. So again, you know, I mean, how good is Paddy the Baddy? He's legit. He's had a couple interesting looks. Tony Ferguson, Jared Gordon, and King Green. So yeah, that'll.
Gordon, I didn't think he beat, but the other two, yes.
While Javier Mendez has expressed full confidence in Paddy Pimblett's potential and believes he's deserving of a title shot, not everyone shares that view. MMA analyst James Lynch offered a contrasting opinion, arguing that a fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria would be the more significant matchup in terms of stakes and star power.
And I understand it from a business perspective, but to me, Ilia Topuria is the bigger fight. So just fight Ilia. Like, that's what I don't get at this point. And I think that I honestly believe that if Islam defeated Ilia Topuria, that would be a bigger win than him defeating Paddy Pimblett. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but you can see in the comments already, people are not too thrilled about this assessment for Javier Mendez.
In a lighter moment, Tom Aspinall congratulated him on the victory against Michael Chandler and offered him some pizza. Both Tom and Paddy had shared a friendly moment. Tom and Paddy have a good relation where Tom backs Paddy and claims that Paddy is the most misunderstood guy in UFC.
What a great finish. Well done, mate. Lovely. Congratulations, mate. That's all great stuff. Do you want a piece? What is it? Pizza? Yeah. Hi, man. Thank you very much.
Sweet, we're just gonna get your food.
He's good. I think he's pretty misunderstood, you know.
Yeah.
I think he was getting a lot of hate at one point, and I think he's like, from my experience with him, I mean, I don't know him. He's not like my best mate or anything, but I've known him quite a long time at this point. He's a good guy. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about him.
Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria surprised everyone with a rare moment of camaraderie. The two fighters shared a lighthearted exchange, laughing, waving, and giving each other high fives, much to the surprise of fans.
So, and he let on go. I was staring at him over there, and he looked at me and went, I saw that.
Quite funny, as Ilia walked across here, he looked at me, I was looking at him and he done that. And then obviously on stage, as I walked past him, we both just like laughed and looked at each other. I thought it'd be quite funny to just go, and he went like that on me hand. And like high-fived it. We mightn't like each other, but had a little laugh then.
That's it for today's breakdown of the explosive beef between Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria. If you enjoyed the deep dive, please like, share, and subscribe. Plus, hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more MMA drama and fight night insights right here on our channel.